Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to crochet the loop stitch using chunky velvet yarn. Get up on the floor, dancing all night long. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of dawn. Get up on the floor, dancing to the break of... For this video, I'm going to be using chunky yarn in the color pepper red. I'll also be using a 6.0mm hook, but feel free to use whatever hook size and yarn that suits you. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So I decided to teach this because when I was still a beginner, I used to make this stitch and it would come undone. Like the loops would be getting loose for some reason. So I said, why not teach it now that I know of a better method and how to go about it without having loosed loops. So that being said, to start, you make a slip knot like I've done, and I'm making just a swatch. So I will chain 12. 12 makes for 5 inches for me using this yarn. I have 4, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now that I have that, I'll chain 1 extra to turn, and I will just make single crochet in the back bump of my 12 chains, 1 single crochet in each. Now working with this yarn, if you happen to be working with this yarn as well, you have to be cautious because you could very easily skip a stitch. It's not as defined as normal cotton or acrylic yarn. It is velvety in nature. The strands are like thicker, so they might be all closed up, but you have to just be careful about it. So I'll make single crochets in all the stitches and get back. This is my last single crochet, and this was row 1. So to work row 2, I will chain and turn my work. Now this stitch is basically one that has to do with how you handle your yarn, so you have to really be cautious. You'll be using your thumb to crochet as well. You'd ask how so. So what you would do is, before making your single crochet, you'd use your thumb to loop down a bit. Did you see what I just did? So my thumb was here and I would normally just crochet, right, using my index finger alone, but now you use your thumb to loop down. You can just hold it a bit and make sure you go into the first stitch. However, you should be after the strand, so don't go in between or else it would come undone. After the strand into the first stitch, you make your single crochet, and that's your first loop. It's as strong and as sturdy as ever. I'll do that again, and basically all through I'll be showing you how to do it, so just watch carefully. You take it down, and now you have to be careful. Once you've made the first one, you have to eyeball it and make sure even your tension is different. So if you came all the way down for the first one, you can't just do a little bit for the second one. Do you get? You have to make sure the same way you started is the same way you kind of continue all through, although it would not be all perfect, but you should try to maintain it. So you see, I have this. It's even not perfect to start with. The first one is always wonky, but yeah, for the third now I will do this again. Insert in the single crochet, fourth, do it again, just scoot through the yarn and insert in the single crochet. So again, it would be easier to just go here, but you'll be missing it. So I just like to use my hook to scoot through. I hope you guys could see. Sorry, I'll repeat that again. So I've dropped, I would scoot through, insert it, and remove my hand. It takes some getting used to, I would not lie, and it's a slow stitch. It is not like a mindless stitch. Ain't nothing mindless about this stitch, except you're a pro and you're used to it though. So yeah, just keep doing it by pulling out a long strand. If you hold your yarn the way I do, then dropping with your thumb, inserting in the single crochet, making sure the strand is on the right side if you're right-handed, and make a single crochet. So yeah, pull down, insert it. So it looks pretty scattered for the first row, right? But what I like about the way I do this loop is that it relaxes. So there was a way I was doing it before, but it just keeps standing. I had to find better method though. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. And I'm in the second to the last stitch. So see, this is basically me just trying to scoot through, then inserting it here, pulling up a loop and making a single crochet. The last one tries to be wonky as well as the first one. Like I could also do this like when I have some of it down, I would just leave it and hold it like this. Do you get? Then scoot through the single crochet and pull through. I'm trying my best to make this video as slow as possible. I understand if it's your first time, you might not be used to it. So what you want to do is play back this video as many times as it's required. So that was row 2. For odd number rows, which is row 3, what we want to do is just make a single crochet in every stitch. So you're not working it here, you just make a single crochet. You can't work the loops here because if you do, it will be facing the wrong side. So you have a wrong side and the right side. I feel I should use a bigger hook. Well, I'm majorly a small hook girly, so even using a size 6mm hook is quite different for me, feels different. The yarn does supplement it, like yeah, the yarn requires a big hook. But when I tell you I'm a small hook girly, I am a small hook girly. But let me know, do you normally use big hooks or are you a small hook girly like I am? So this is after row 3 and this is what the back looks like. Not forgetting this is what the front looks like, the area with the loop. And we're about to work row 4 now. For row 4, what you want to do is chain 1. You always chain 1 at the end or the beginning of every row. And just like you did the row 1, this is the last row I'll show you actually of the loops. You scoot it down, but now you have to consider the previous loops. So you don't want to go so low, it's covering the previous loops. You know, if you start with the same tension and you just keep it up, it all merges well. But you don't want to do it so small again that it shows this previous row of single crochet without anything. So just same way you float through the first, you want to float through the second and all through your project. So there should be some sort of overlap. This would give a little space for this and the row after it. That was the beauty of the stitch. If it makes any sense. So yeah, that was a big one. So I'll just scoot some yarn through. Guys, when I tell you this is not mindless, I promise you it is not mindless. At least not for me. Because I want to make sure everything looks equal. So in so doing, I can't just look at these stitches normally. Let me bring it close a bit and just show you guys. I hope it maintains focus. So yeah, just scoop down, insert your hook, pull through, scoop down, insert your hook, pull through, And for those asking, it's as sturdy as ever. For the other one I was doing, if you pull it, it will be pulling through this one. Like they were not even. So when I figured out this method, I said, nah girl, you must do a tutorial for this stitch. I'm using this to make a jacket of sorts and a blouse actually. So yeah, you could use it to make sweaters, table coats. Options are endless with this. So like I said, the last could be tricky. So what you want to do is hold it down, then insert. Chain one so I can see. Now when you lay it flat, you see you have something going on for you. At least I hope you do. This is what I have going on for me. And if you do a row after this, the previous one tends to relax a bit more. So you see the first row of loops is more relaxed than this second row we just did. And so the third row likewise would be more relaxed, and so on and so on, and so on and so forth. So you could scatter it around, make it dance. It's not meant to look all sleepy, but that's how you work the loop stitch. I would work a couple more rows off camera and come back and show you guys the final swatch, what it looks like. Okay, so guys, I am back and this is what it looks like. I did this red with you guys, and this I did without you guys. This is what they look like. These loops are quite longer than this one, so just to show you, you can alternate the length of your loops. And yeah, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you did learn something, give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I upload stitch tutorials and tutorials of crochet clothing items on my page. So subscribe, turn on the post notification, and make sure you stay glued. We'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye bye. Been a minute since we kicked it, you've been caught up.